Thank you for joining us today for a little update on Inspirational Game Plan. I want to start by kind of telling you where we are here with the race shop. We're in our little conference area here. Going to Daytona. I can't believe it's already here. Such a quick off season. I'm used to a 6 months off season in football, and in racing we have about 2.5 months. It's going to be exciting for us. Saturday's the first race, a big shootout down there. And of course we're going to have the 3 youngest drivers that's probably ever been in a combination to start for a race team. You got Denny Hamlin at 26, you got Kyle Busch at 23, and you got Joey Logano at 18. So I think we'll probably need some prayers in there. We appreciate anything you can do for us. I think with everything going on with the economy and everything, it's been great here for our race team. We're kind of set to go. We hate it that America is locked in such a tough financial struggle right now, and certainly it's affected everybody, and certainly the fact that we deal with businesses and big corporations, it affects us too. So we've all had to tighten our belts some, but for us here at Joe Gibbs Racing, we're excited about the new year. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see a bunch of you at the racetrack. And we've had a good off season. We worked extremely hard. We had 5 initiatives for the race team that we worked on extremely hard. Everything from fuel mileage and our pit crew, some changes we made there. And so in a lot of areas we worked extremely hard. We got a new engineering lineup for our cars this year. A different way we're going to have the crew chief relate to our engineering department and some things like that. So we've worked real hard. All of you that love racing, and hopefully a bunch of you like our drivers and our race teams, we'll probably see you at the racetrack. The other thing I wanted to give you a little update on is Game Plan for Life, where Jerry Jenkins is now going through the final rewrite. We had one basic manuscript done, and we decided to go back. God just kind of worked in a miraculous way there. We decided to go back and add a lot of material to it. I think it's going to be much stronger. I'm excited about that. Jerry's in the final rewrite right now. All of our contributors and everything have just been great. The things that we have going there, obviously Tyndall is going to be publishing it. We hope it's going to be out in July. Everybody can kind of be praying for that. And, you know, we're praying for sales. It's more than a book. This is a project. We want to try and get it in everybody's hands. So I'll continue to give you updates on that, but right now we're on track for a July release. That's exciting for us. At some point, we'll probably want to make you aware of the Game Plan for Life site here, where we might be moving people from Inspirational Game Plan to Game Plan for Life, but we'll kind of keep you updated on that. Last week, we had Kim Boa come in. He's the 3rd of our contributors to come in. He spoke at our chapel service. We did about an hour-and-a-half Q&A where the average Joe had a chance to ask a scholar about God and the Trinity. And we know that everybody out there, one of the things that came back on our research in America, people want to know, hey, is there a God? That's the question. And why would he want to have a relationship with us? And so that's what we try and answer in this chapter that Ken did for us. And so we'll probably be getting you some of those excerpts from that conversation and that Q&A at some point on this side also. One of the other things I kind of want to share is a thought here for everybody. Bobby Blanton's our pastor at my church. I go this last week. I've been traveling a lot on the weekends, didn't have a chance to go. And Bobby's sermon this week, it was very interesting for me, and I want to kind of share it with you because I think a lot of you out there may be going through something similar to what I'm going through right now. Basically, Bobby said this, that we go through a lot of experiences in life, and God obviously allows us to go through those experiences. Obviously, some of them, and all of them are beneficial for us, but the point is we can learn from them if we're on God's team and He's leading us and we're prayerfully going through things. Well, that was the case for me. And what Bobby, the point he was making is this. Many times God allows us to go through a period of our life, and then what He will do at some point in there, He allows us to be completely humbled. And I was thinking back to my situation. I kind of related a little bit of that a couple of times here on our Inspirational Game Plan about what happened to me in the football season. As you guys all know, at one point in there, the Buffalo loss, it was our third loss in a row. I had made an awful call there, and really at that point, I was humbled beyond belief. I mean, I really had said that, which I said on this in speaking to you before, I felt like no one would ever say anything positive again about my coaching career. Well, at that point, I was completely humbled. Something I spent my entire life working on, football and coaching football, looked like it had been just jerked right out from underneath me. And what that caused me to do is this. I had always kind of been saying to myself and to others, hey, I want to finish the season strong. I want to finish my coaching career strong because I want to have a platform for the Lord. So in a way, what I'm saying is that I wanted this career and a good finish to my career in coaching so that it was for the Lord, for the Lord's benefit. And you know, really after that experience, it caused me to really sit and say to myself, and there's some things I was feeling, and it made me realize that really wasn't the case at all. That in a lot of ways, it was my own pride, my own envy. I wanted it in a lot of ways for myself. And so it caused me to really be humbled. Just like Bobby was saying in his sermon this last week, I was humbled. I was on my knees. And it caused me to go back and really confess to the Lord. And really what I did is I got down, I said, Lord, you know, I realized that my own pride had gotten away. I wanted a lot of things for myself. I was saying one thing about wanting things for you, and I was really doing it for myself. And it was a confession, and I said, Father, really give me the right outlook on my career and everything that's going on and finishing coaching in football. And can you believe, you know, coming back from that, the next 4 games were probably 4 of the most miraculous victories that I've ever been a part of. And at the end of that season, we do go to the playoffs, which is a miracle in itself. We had to win 4 straight games against the toughest NFC opponents you can imagine to get into the playoffs. And so that put me at this humbled point in my life, and that's exactly what Bobby was saying in the sermon. Now, he says God will take us to that point, and that's where he took me. And he said to show us, in some cases, what's inside of us. And I think that's what it caused me to do. He said at that point, many times what God has done, he's given us all these experiences, then humbles us, and then we've been going through that process, so we're going to be in a position to really do something for him. And in a lot of cases, it's one thing he's been preparing us to do. And I stopped and thought about that. I said, the one thing for me, I've had all the coaching years and the racing, building the race team and things like that. What it caused me to say is, that one thing, it could be the game plan for life. This project is coming up where we're taking the 11 authors, trying to present to the world the true game plan for life, which is God's Word, the Bible. And the key point that I'm going to come to now is this. In our life, he could be preparing you for the same thing. You may have gone through a humbling experience yourself. And he may be preparing to do one thing, okay, that he wants you to do. And the point that then Bobby made is this. The thing that we have to remember at this point is this. It's not ours. So in other words, let's just say it's the game plan for life for me, which I think that could be the case. It's not mine. It is his. And so that made a startling revelation for me. I shouldn't be thinking about, hey, it's my work, putting the game plan together. It's my resources. They're trying to sell it and make it go. No, that's not the case at all. It's God's. And so I think for anybody out there that might be in a situation that I'm in or have been through something similar to this, you could be in some portion of that preparation. It could be the experiences you're going through right now in life that God's blessing you with. It could be that point in your life where you're totally humbled. If that's the case, just know that if we're in God's will and his way and we're praying to him and searching for him and what he wants in our life, then there's a good chance he's preparing us for what? That big event in our life. And we need to remember when we partake in that, if it's something that we think that we're supposed to be doing, it's his, not ours. So I share that with you. Maybe some of you are going through a similar type walk that I'm experiencing right now. We'd love to send you some material If you contact us at joegibbsonline.com, we'd love to send you some material, no strings attached. We think it's something, this Christian Life New Testament right here, I think is a great little study Bible that I use with my kids. I'd love to have you have it. I appreciate you being with us on the update, and we'll look forward to speaking with you next week.